Hello and welcome back to yet another Memorabilia Monday. This, of course, is your favorite part about.
Mondays.
I'm John, and with me, as always, is my old man.
It's Bob the Collector.
Collector, how you doing?
Doing okay. Baseball season has begun, so I'm excited. I'm not expecting much from our Twins, but hey, it's baseball season. It's just fun. It's start of summer, spring, summer weather coming. I'm just excited. Love baseball.
All right. I can't believe you're not excited about the Twins. They're clearly going to the World Series.
That'd be nice. I
They
just
beat
don't
the
think.
Orioles yesterday.
Hey, that's right.
So,
That's a good sign.
they're off to a better start than I expected.
They got a win in the columns. That's good.
They had a win in the first 162 games. I was shocked. So,
We'll see how it goes.
yeah. But yeah, like you said, baseball's back. It's an exciting time. Obviously, March Madness. We're getting down to the final four here. Find out by the time this is out, we'll know who the final four are. Um, it should be a electric end to the tournament. So, collector, everybody wants to know what electric item did you bring to show today for Memorabilia Monday?
Oh, it is an electric item. Kind of going back to old school stuff here, we're going back to baseball, but it kind of goes with the theme of today as well. Even though this is old time baseball, we're talking about the new ABS system. The what is it? The automated balls and strikes
Hmm.
system that got implemented, and it was in the minor leagues last year, or last couple of years. It's in the major leagues now, where the pitcher, the catcher, the batter can challenge a ball and strike call.
Yep.
As far as I know, they get two unsuccessful challenges a game, but if they're successful, they continue to have a challenge. So I know it started this week. Um, be interested to see how it goes. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I always feel like human error is a part of baseball. I'm probably gonna sound like I'm old here, but I'm not the biggest fan. Now it's a quick challenge
Yeah, it
because
is quick.
it needs to be done immediately. You can't influence them from the dugout or
Hmm.
runner. If so, the umpire can deny the challenge. Um, all it takes is a tap on the head, but balls and strikes, I don't know. Is it making that big of a difference on the game? It might in some instances, but maybe they should be saved for like the sixth inning and onward. I
Oh,
know if you go to extras, you get another challenge if you're out. Um, but I don't know.
maybe they keep it for the playoffs only, or but then again, I mean, what about in the first inning if you could blow out the starting pitcher because you got the bases loaded, two outs, and you got a 3-2 count, and it's a obvious ball, and it's called a strike, and you can't challenge that. I don't know. I'm just, it's interesting. I'm going to see how it
Okay.
goes this year, but you're right. As long as it's quick, right away, we know the answer. Yes, no. It's a ball. It's a strike. And we can move on. I'm okay with it because there are
Yeah.
some calls that are obviously missed.
But
Uh,
that's part of the game. That's the fun.
yeah,
And yelling
yeah.
at the umps or thanking the umps for, paying them off.
Well, that kind of goes along with the item I have today. This is a Louisville Slugger bat signed by two Baltimore Oriole legends. And since the Twins are playing Baltimore, I thought this kind of coincides with that, with this new ABS system and everything. Signed by Jim Palmer, who
And
we talked about before.
mhm.
And do you know who the other one is?
Earl Weaver.
Earl Weaver. I'm surprised he knew who that was.
I knew immediately when you said Orioles that you were talking about the umpires. So,
Earl Weaver, what's he known for? I mean, Hall of Fame, of course, manager.
mhm.
1996, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame, but he also had a lot of dust ups with the umpires of the past. He fourth on the all time ejection list with 96 ejections through his career. Look at some of the videos of his tirades with the umpires. It's pretty hilarious. Um, they said that so he's fourth on the all time list for ejections by umpire by managers. Um, One in every 26 games on average, he was thrown out of a game. So just just great. Going back to the videos, he puts his cap on backwards, gets right into the umpire's face, and they have it out. He's known for kicking the dirt by home plate and all that. So yeah, there's some good videos out there if you want to take a look at. Um, but hey, 1970 World Series champion as a manager. Uh, yeah, again, just a great manager, great coach. Never made it into the major leagues, played in the minor leagues, but didn't make it to the majors. So kind of a rare thing that he was made all the way to the majors as a manager.
Yeah, definitely. This is a cool item. It's always cool to kind of look back at managers as well. And brings up a question, Collector. Will this new ABS system take out the fun of manager umpire arguments, dust ups, whatever you
Yeah,
want to call them? Because what's the manager going to do now? Argue with a machine?
that's just it. That's why I was thinking about Earl Weaver. What would he do in this system?
Break the
Um,
computer?
yeah, he just might have a fight with the computer. I mean, I suppose there's still the plays at the plate, that a run trying to score from third, and if there's a close play at the plate, he could still argue that, so he'd still have that. But if balls and strikes, he wouldn't be able to as much, um, unless they have their two unsuccessful challenges right away in the first inning and then later on in the game. But yeah, that's what made me think. Is that going to take something out of it? That not to say that's part of baseball, but is it part of baseball? Just the arguing about balls and strikes, making it a little bit more fun to say, what if it was called correctly and the umpires, missed that call?
I feel like in certain instances, it's good. Like say somebody's got a perfect game, and like you said, it's a
Yeah.
3-2 count, bottom of the ninth, calls a ball. Well, it clearly was a strike. Should
Oh,
have
for
had the
sure.
perfect game. In moments like that, I feel like, yeah, it's got a use. Every day, every scenario, I don't know. Just because a batter is mad he struck out. eh,
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, because it's on the batter, the catcher, and the pitcher. But do you want to save those? Do you always want to save one just for the bottom of the ninth type
Well, I
situation?
think that's more on the manager to say, listen, you're not challenging anything until this
Mhm.
inning onward, maybe.
Right, unless it's a important situation, like I said, the bases loaded could blow the game open and a bad call. But
Hmm.
that adds a little bit more strategy for the into the game for the team itself. Yeah, you said maybe the manager tells the players before we're not challenging anything until later in the game,
Right.
unless you see a signal from me. Now they're not supposed to get any help from the dugout.
Oh, yeah, they can't. If they signal from a runner on second or something, the can say, nope, you're not challenging it.
Right. Yeah. So I think it adds a little bit to the strategy of the game. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's bad overall. I think just, I guess, calling myself a purist when it comes to the game, I just feel like this isn't what I grew up watching.
yeah.
Um, I don't know.
And do you think that certain players that have certain name recognition, do they get the benefit of the doubt on the calls?
Hmm.
So Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, do they get the benefit of the doubt if it's a close call? Like,
That'd be
oh,
so
that's a call.
funny. You mean like a human umpire giving them the
Yeah,
benefit?
yeah.
Yeah,
They say,
that's
oh, that's close. So it's Ohtani and he's the greatest, so it's a ball because he didn't swing
that,
it.
that'd be interesting. What would happen to Otani and Judge's card prices if all of a sudden they were batting about 250 and hitting about 25 home runs because they weren't getting the benefits of all the calls. They weren't squeezing the
Sure.
strikes out until it was right down the middle for them. I don't think that's really happening, but I think there might be a little bit in your head where you're like, it always comes across as he's got a great eye. So when the
Yeah.
umpire sees that Jacob Wilson is batting for the A's and it's a 3-1 count, and that one looked borderline, like it painted the corner. Well, it's Jacob Wilson. He's got a great eye. His on base percentage is high. We'll give him the walk.
That always happened with Joe Mauer too. We always heard that. Always got such a great eye at the plate that it had to be a ball because he didn't swing at it.
Yeah. Well, Joe
So
Mauer didn't really excite me, so maybe
true.
this will bring some excitement to the game. I don't know.
Uh, Well, and just to finish up on Earl Weaver, another quote that he's known for, and I don't know if you know this one because you got to be old timer like me. He loved the 3-run homer. He didn't want small ball. He didn't want bunting. He wanted to get that 3-run homer. He said that was what we needed. I don't need to, 2-2 game. I want to make it 5-2. I don't need to, bunt people around to get to, oh, I'll get a sack fly out of it. He wanted the 3-run homer. So I think that makes it a little bit more exciting as well in the his teams in the past.
Yeah, he wasn't well, that was always the Twins teams growing up. All ball, pitch to
That's
contact.
crazy. Oh,
Yeah.
ugh.
Hey, they got to the ALCS, lost to the stupid rally monkey, but
Yeah, yeah,
eh.
that's right. But
Oh
yeah, I,
man.
I never cared for. I mean, in certain situations, yes, but I kind of like Earl Weaver's philosophy. Let's go all out. Let's get the 3-run homer.
Well, yeah, this is a cool item, and I liked how you tied it in to what's happening today. I wonder how Earl Weaver would react if he was in the dugout during one of these situations.
It'd be fun to see. And then, as I mentioned, I had Jim Palmer sign it as well. This is one of those early items I got that probably deserve two separate items, but I got them both on the same bat. So, my bad. I should have had two different bats or a separate baseball for Earl. But you know, one of those mistakes you learn in the as you grow through the collecting business and just my experience now. I know better to have them on separate items. But speaking of Jim Palmer, I don't know if we talked about him. I'll just briefly mention 1990 Hall of Fame, three-time Cy Young winner. So I think it was oh shoot, what was it? 73, 75, 76, I believe. He didn't have 300 wins, 268 wins, six-time All-Star, four-time Gold Glove winner. Again, kind of one of those great pitchers from my era, the '70s. He was probably thought of as one of the best pitchers out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Very cool. Who cares about Jim Palmer? It's all about Earl Weaver. That's what the people come for.
Yeah, but since it's on the item, I thought I should at least.
Oh, absolutely. No, this is a sweet item, and let's see if the Orioles can bounce back this year. Just bringing it back to current day.
You lost to the
Maybe-
Twins, so I don't know. I'm a little worried about them now.
They're destined to finish last in the AL East now. But no, I mean they were one of the up and coming teams about 2 years ago, and then just kind of fell off a cliff. And it really comes down to pitching. So we'll see. I think for them. So we'll see if their pitching can straighten out and they can get back to playoffs maybe.
Maybe they need a Jim Palmer back in their
They need
roster. I
Earl
don't
Weaver.
know, as the manager.
Yeah.
There we go.
But all right, these are some pretty cool items, and we'd love to hear from you guys. What do you think about the ABS system? Are you a fan of it? Do you think it kind of takes away from the game and what the game was, or do you think it's just kind of it's there now, it's not a big deal? It's going to be a quick, easy, painless challenge. But let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. We always do. And as always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to help grow our YouTube channel. It means a lot. And as always, collector, keep it mint.
Keep it Jim Mint, just like Earl Weaver and Jim Palmer. And please, if you have a moment, look at some of the YouTube videos of Earl Weaver's past tirades with umpires. They're fun to watch. If you need a quick quick laugh, yeah, check it out.
Collector, you're not supposed to push people to other YouTube channels.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm kidding. All right. Keep it Gem Mint, everybody, and we'll see you later.
All right, bye.